The purpose of this video is to get you some background and experience using SQL. Introductory SQL, very basic SQL. You're going to be using structured query languages to do some manipulation of the data in our database. We're going to be using MySQL Workbench, which again is our DBMS, and we're going to be connecting to our database, which is stored on the cloud in AWS. It's a MySQL database stored in AWS. So every SQL code snippet that I put in here, I'm pasting onto a notepad file, and I'm actually going to load it to the YouTube video in the description so that you can copy these yourself. So first things first, you get to the world_x schema, and you know that whatever schema you're in, based on whichever one is bold. You should only have one schema right now, but if you have multiple ones, you'll know which one you're operating in based on it being bold, while the other ones are not bold. So right now I'm in world_x, and let's have Workbench simulate or create some SQL code for us. So we have 4 tables. Let's just right click on city and hit select rows. What that's going to do is it's going to select asterisk from the city table. And you can see here, let's break this down to natural language. You're selecting, so you're grabbing something. And what are you grabbing? Well, you're grabbing everything from, and this tells us what table we're getting it from world_x.city. So if you just play around with this and change this to country, let's run that. There's everything in the country table. If you do country info, there's everything in that table. Now, is this case sensitive? Well, you can mess around with it and see. And yes, it is case sensitive. So you have to make sure you get that right. That's something that you need to watch out for. Let's fix this and go back. And there we go. Now let's advance this a little bit. Get rid of the semicolon. Now we'll start a new line. You don't have to start a new line, but I like to. It's a neatness factor for me, but you have some freedom to just do everything on one line if you wanted. But let's start a new line, and let's select the country Ukraine. Let's pick the Ukraine. If you're in a pinch and you don't want to sort through all this, well, you can save some time, and you can do you do where world_x dot country dot name equals Ukraine, and it's single quotes if it's a text string. And why am I doing this? Well, I'm saying, well, where the name attribute, which is a column, where the name attribute is Ukraine, meaning where it equals Ukraine, I'm gonna run this, and there we go. I've just found that without having to sort through it. Now you could also do, if you have code that you really like and you're no longer using it, well, you can comment it out. Oh, not with that. Yeah, okay. You put a # or octathorpe, tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to call it, and you can preserve that code, and it's no longer being used. But what you can do with that is you can copy that code and use it for other things. Now, let's say you want to get it from where the country name is Ukraine. You want to do Ukraine, or it's just that simple. World. I cannot type. Dot name equals Canada. Okay, run this. Pretty boring query, but maybe you have to do that. Oh, there you go. Ukraine or Canada. What you can also do is you could say, give me everything except the Ukraine, where it does not equal Ukraine. Run that. This gives you everything except the Ukraine. No longer there. Very cool. So that's cool. Pretty handy. What if you're working with things that are out of alphabetical order, like you see Netherlands, Antilles, and United Arab Emirates. Well, that's out of order because it's being sorted by the code. Well, there you can click on it and it'll reorder it. But some DBMSs don't have that capability. Well, what you'd want to do, let's comment this out. What you'd want to do is you're going to do order by. So you're going to select it from the country, and then you're going to do an order by, and we're going to do world_x.country.name, and we're going to make it be ascending. We're going to see what this does. And there you go. Netherlands and Antilles are no longer there. Well, you can also make it descending. Run again. Alright, bottom to top. Now this is really handy when you're actually sifting through the data. That's when this would come in useful. Or when you're creating a flat file for somebody to export, you'll get a lot of asks for where's the underlying data. Well, you can pull it here and you can do some formatting already with SQL so you don't have to do it in Excel. That'll save you some time. Now let's say you don't know exactly what country you're looking for. But you know that it starts with a, let's say it starts, you know that it starts with a T. And see how many countries have a T in it. Well, we can do that. We can make SQL for that. So we're going to do, I'm just hand typing these, so bear with me. Where left world_x.country.name 1 equals, what did I say, T? Alright, so I'm going to do that. We're going to rerun this. And it doesn't like it because of where I have this order by. I'll move that around. Like I said, I'm just hand typing this, so there we go. All the ones that start with a T. And what this left is doing is it is saying where the left one most value equals a T. If you made this a right, it'll give you the end value. So this will give us a bunch of countries that end with T. Let's see if there are any. There are. Egypt, Kuwait, and Montserrat. Wherever that is. Looked it up. Montserrat is a Caribbean island, part of the Lesser Antilles chain. Very interesting. Alright, so so these are all random things, but I'm just presenting you with the knowledge that you can do some manipulations with the data in the database. There are some joins and unions. We're not going to get into that this week, but we're going to start joining and doing unions at a later date, probably in 2 weeks. That's a little bit more advanced SQL. And we're just going to start scaffolding the learning so that we're going to be doing SQL, creating some data tables to load into Power BI, and then straight up creating our data model replication in Power BI. But for right now, we're going to be an analyst going into a DBMS and doing some data pulls. So we're going to go into the country language tab table for this last one, and we're going to find the ones where the official language is true. We're going to do where, and I'm going to show you something different. Instead of doing world_x.countrylanguage.attribute, I'm just going to type language equals T. Show you that. Oh, That, you know what, that didn't work because language is reserved. Some attribute names are no good because they're kind of like reserved for the system. Let's try this. Huh. No, I'm wrong. It's I don't want language. I want is official. That's embarrassing, but that's fine. I'll type it, and there we go. Where is official equals T. So this gives us the ones where it's official. Oh, look at this. Official language is English, and nobody speaks it. Okay, so what country is, this is a good use of SQL. What country is AIA? Oh, no, let's do this. Let's find all the ones where English is 0. And is official. Or no, we don't want that. We want percentage. And percentage equals 0.0. Oh my gosh. All these with an official English language where it's 0. So let's look and see what AIA is. Well, what are we going to do? How are we going to find out what that is? Let's see. Let's go to country, and we're going to look up AIA. We're going to do where code equals Anguilla. Anguilla. Let's see where that is. So I'm curious. Oh, these little islands that they got. British or Eastern Caribbean. Alright. So, that's just another use of this. And yeah, SQL is really exciting. I highly encourage you to Google all the different things you can do with it. But if you don't, we'll be learning it together. So, thank you.